Welcome back to Thursdays with Rose. I'm doing another holiday recipe, and this time it's a holiday dessert. So it's going to be pumpkin brownies. The bottom layer is chocolate brownies, and the top layer is pumpkin chocolate mixture. So these sound really good. You need an 8x8 pan. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. A couple of bowls and your ingredients. So I've got 3/4 of a cup of whole wheat pastry flour. I have a half a teaspoon of baking powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, which I have back here. I have a 1/4 cup of, I can't believe it's not butter light. I have a 1/3 of a cup of packed brown sugar. I'm using Truvia brown sugar blend. We have a 1/4 cup of unsweetened applesauce. I have a 1/4 cup of almond milk here. I'm sorry for the lighting. And let's see, a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. And that's here, unsweetened cocoa powder. And then I have 6 tablespoons of dark chocolate chips. And I'm using Lily's sugar-free dark chocolate chips. I also need 3/4 of a cup of pure pumpkin, not sweetened. And I need 3 tablespoons of pumpkin pie spice. So I have that here as well, my pumpkin pie spice. And then 2 eggs or a half cup of egg beaters. I'm using the egg beaters here. And then that's going to be it. We'll get started. I've already preheated my oven to 350. I have my 8x8 pan with some of my ingredients there. And I'll get this started. I'm going to spray this pan with butter flavored Pam when I get these ingredients all blended in their separate bowls. So let's take a look at how this works. In my first bowl, I'm going to be adding my pastry flour, whole wheat pastry flour, baking powder, and my salt. In my second bowl, I'll be adding my brown sugar and my butter. So I'll be mixing this up and mix up the dry ingredients over there. And then I'll show you where we're going to go from there. This is the sugar and butter mixed together. I'm going to add my liquid eggs, a half a cup. My applesauce, 1/4 cup. Actually, I put in a 1/3 cup. And a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then we're going to mix this up well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour these wet ingredients into the bowl with the dry ingredients here. So just pour it in. Let me get the rest of that out. Now I'm mixing the wet and dry ingredients here. My oven is preheated. Just until it's blended. So we're not going to over mix this. Just like you would with a brownie mix. You know how you don't over mix that? It's going to be kind of lumpy. So just make sure all the dry ingredients are wet here. Sorry, I dropped you guys. As long as I don't drop these brownies, then it's all good. So that is mixed. I don't have anything else dry in there. I put half of this mixture back into the other bowl. And I'm going to add my chocolate chips, 6 tablespoons, half cup of cocoa powder, unsweetened cocoa powder, and the almond milk. And then we'll stir this up. We can get this stirred up pretty good. So this part will be the chocolatey part. I haven't made these before. A good friend of mine sent me the recipe. Said, hey, this might be something for Rose. And since the holiday theme these days is pumpkin everything, well, I like pumpkin everything anyway, these fit just right. You can make them for a potluck or just for dessert one night. Or add it to your dessert menu for the holidays. So I'm back to the other bowl. I'm going to add the pumpkin to this bowl. And I'm going to add the pumpkin pie spice. And we'll combine this. This is going to be our top layer, our pumpkin layer. The other bowl will be our brownie layer, our chocolate layer. So it looks like it's going to be thin layers, but I guess that's why they use an 8x8 pan in this recipe. So that looks yummy. That's done. What we're going to do next is we're going to put this chocolate mixture into my greased 8x8 pan on the bottom and spread it across the bottom of the pan. And then we'll put the pumpkin mixture on top. So this is my bottom layer. It's my brownie layer with the chocolate chips. And I'll be adding the pumpkin layer on top. So we'll go ahead and get this spread on top. So this is how it turned out with the pumpkin layer on top. I dropped it by spoonfuls and then spread it with my spreader so that it wouldn't sink into the brownie mixture or get stirred in somehow. I guess you could mix this up with a knife and swirl the pumpkin mixture through the brownie mixture. All your choice. I was thinking about putting some chocolate chips on top, but I'm going to see how sweet this is to begin with, and maybe next time.